Hey there, amazing people. I'm thrilled to have you here today. Hello and a warm welcome to our channel. Today, we're delving into Sheraton Hotels and Resorts. Sheraton Hotels and Resorts is an American international hotel chain owned by Marriott International. As of June 30, 2020, Sheraton operates 446 hotels with 155,617 rooms globally, including locations in North America, Africa, Asia Pacific, Central and South America, Europe, the Middle East and the Caribbean, in addition to 84 hotels with 23,092 rooms in the pipeline. Now, let's shift our attention to early years. The origins of Sheraton Hotels date to 1933, when Harvard classmates Ernest Henderson and Robert Moore purchased the Continental Hotel in Cambridge, Massachusetts. In 1937, Henderson and Moore purchased the Standard Investing Corporation and the International Equities Corporation, combining them into the Standard Equities Corporation, the company through which they would run their hotels. Also in 1937, they purchased their second hotel, and the first as part of the new company, the Stonehaven Hotel in Springfield, Massachusetts, a converted apartment building. Sheraton dates its founding to that year and considers that property its first hotel. The chain got its name from the third hotel the pair acquired, in Boston, in 1939. It had a large lighted sign on the roof saying Sheraton Hotel, which was too expensive to change. Instead, Henderson and Moore decided to call all of their hotels by that name. Henderson and Moore purchased Boston's famed Copy Plaza Hotel in 1941 and continued expanding rapidly, buying existing properties along the East Coast from Maine to Florida. In 1946, the Standard Equities Corporation merged with the United States Realty and Improvement Corporation, forming the Sheraton Corporation of America, which became the first hotel chain to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 1947. Let's now venture into the realm of expansion and explore the fascinating intricacies it holds. In 1949, Sheraton expanded internationally, buying the Ford Hotels chain, with 3 properties in Toronto, Ottawa and Montreal. They quickly resold the Toronto and Ottawa properties to finance their continued Canadian expansion in 1950, paying $4.80 million to purchase Cardi Hotels, a chain of 6 properties in Ontario and Quebec. In April 1951, the Park Sheraton Hotel in New York City would host the 1951 NBA Draft, which was the second ever draft under the NBA name and 5th overall NBA draft in existence by that time. In 1956, Sheraton paid $30 million to buy the Epi Hotel Company, which was then the largest privately held hotel business in the United States, with 22 properties across 6 Midwestern states. Sheraton retained 10 of the largest hotels and immediately resold the other 12. That same year, Sheraton acquired its first motels, purchasing 2 properties in the suburbs of Syracuse, New York. In 1957, Sheraton, which had previously focused on acquiring existing hotels, opened its first newly built hotel, the Philadelphia Sheraton Hotel. In 1958, Sheraton became the first hotel chain to centralize and computerize its reservations when it introduced Reservatron, the hotel industry's first automatic electronic reservations system. In 1959, Sheraton acquired its first properties outside North America, purchasing 4 hotels owned by the Motson Lines on Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, Hawaii: the Mona Hotel, the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, the Surfrider Hotel, and the Princess Kailani Hotel. That same year, Sheraton opened its first newly built motel, marketed as a highway hotel, the Sheraton Inn, located in Binghamton, New York. The early years saw the arrival of the first Sheraton hotels outside the US and Canada, with the opening of the Sheraton Tel Aviv Hotel in Israel in March 1961 and 2 Caribbean properties in 1960 to the Sheraton Kingston Hotel in Jamaica and the British colonial Hilton Nassau in Nassau, Bahamas. In 1962, Sheraton created a franchise division, primarily to operate Sheraton Motor Inns, large highway motels providing free parking. In 1963, Sheraton opened its first hotel in South America, the Macuto Sheraton Hotel, outside Caracas, Venezuela. In 1965, the 100th Sheraton property, the Sheraton Boston Hotel, opened. In 1966, Sheraton opened its first hotel in an Arab country, the Kuwait Sheraton Hotel. In 1967, Sheraton unveiled Reservatron 2, a computer system for personalized reservations. That same year, Sheraton opened its first hotel in Asia, the Sheraton Philippines Hotel in Manila, its first hotel in Europe, the Sheraton Du Cap Hotel on the island of Corsica in France, and its first hotels in Australia, 2 Sheraton Motor Hotels in Melbourne and Sydney. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of purchase by ITT and exploring its real-world applications. In 1968, the multinational conglomerate ITT Corporation purchased the chain and immediately sold 18 aging Sheraton properties. Under its ownership, Sheraton quickly moved away from ownership and operation of its properties to a new model of franchising and management, as the chain expanded greatly both in the US and abroad. In late 1969, Sheraton introduced the hotel industry's first nationwide toll-free number, which displaced 200 local Sheraton reservation numbers. The radio jingle for 800-325-3535 ran throughout the decade and into the 80s, but the jingle's lifespan went even beyond. In 1970, Sheraton introduced the Sheraton Towers concept, a line of luxury hotel within a hotel facilities designed for business travelers and located within Sheraton's largest and most exclusive hotels. The first Sheraton Towers to open was in the chain's flagship Sheraton Boston Hotel. That same year, Sheraton opened its first hotel in North Africa, the Corio Sheraton Hotel and Casino. In 1971, Sheraton opened its first hotels in continental Europe, the Sheraton Stockholm Hotel and the Sheraton Copenhagen Hotel. In 1972, Sheraton opened its first hotel in sub-Sahara Africa, the Sheraton Montfig Palace in Yaoundé, Cameroon. From 1977 to 1997, the company was headquartered at 60 State Street in Boston. In 1985, Sheraton became the first Western chain to operate a hotel bearing the name of an international company in the People's Republic of China, when it assumed management of the Great Wall Hotel in Beijing, a financially troubled 2-year-old Chinese-American joint venture, which became the Great Wall Sheraton. By 1987, the New York Times described it as 50 years old, the world's largest hotel chain, and consumer-driven. On October 24, 1989, Sheraton was officially rebranded as ITT Sheraton. Turning our focus to development in the years, let's explore its key elements. On January 13, 1992, ITT Sheraton designated 28 of its premier hotels and 33 of the Sheraton Towers as the ITT Sheraton Luxury Collection. The flagship of the division was the St. Regis in New York City. In 1994, ITT Sheraton purchased a controlling interest in the Italian CIGA chain, the Compagnia Italiana Grandi Alberdi, or Italian Grand Hotels Company. The chain had begun by operating hotels in Italy, but overexpanded across Europe just as a recession hit, and had been seized from its previous owner, the Ogacon, by its creditors. The majority of these hotels were placed in the ITT Sheraton Luxury Collection, though a few were placed in the Sheraton division. In April 1995, ITT Sheraton introduced a new, mid-range hotel brand, 4 Points by Sheraton, to replace the designation of certain hotels as Sheraton Inns. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into purchase by Starwood and analyzing its key components. In 1998, Starwood acquired ITT Sheraton for $13.30 billion, topping an offer by rival Hilton. Under Starwood's leadership, Sheraton began renovating many hotels and expanding the brand's footprint. Starwood also began marketing the Luxury Collection as a completely separate brand, even though it contained a large number of hotels still named Sheraton. Most of those properties have since been renamed. Only 3 such hotels remain today: Sheraton Otis in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Sheraton Grand Sukhumvit in Bangkok, Thailand, and Sheraton Kuwait in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Also in 1998, Sheraton joined with the Arabella Hospitality Group in Germany to create Arabella Sheraton, a joint venture under which 14 Arabella hotels in Germany, Switzerland, and Spain were rebranded as Arabella Sheraton Hotels. In 1999, Sheraton bought the outstanding shares in CIGA, giving it complete ownership. In 2015, Starwood introduced the Sheraton Grand brand, higher-end Sheraton properties located in urban or resort destinations. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of takeover by Marriott and discovering its transformative power. In 2016, Marriott International purchased Starwood Hotels, and the newly merged company again became the world's largest hotel and resort company. Although the Sheraton brand expresses quality in Asia, aging properties have made the US market more problematic. In 2023, Marriott announced a new spin-off brand of 4 Points by Sheraton, called 4 Points Express by Sheraton, targeting the mid-range market in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Its first property opened in Nilüfer, Bursa, Turkey that fall. In 2024, the brand was renamed 4 Points Flex by Sheraton. Remember, knowledge is power. Keep learning, growing, and exploring.